The village is under attack! West Harbour is under attack! You're safe! Grab a weapon. We need to help defend the village. I'm not sure. They came pouring in from the swamp and started tearing the village apart.
We'd better hurry. I saw some of them following us on our way here. They're likely to hit this house next.
There you are. I saw some of those creatures enter your house, and it is good to see you safe. I don't know where these beasts came from, but we need every sword at the southern bridge. More of these creatures are on the way, and in greater numbers. Georg is trying to gather the militia, but I fear he would not be able to marshal a defense in time, and without help, this village will fall. Head south along the road. I will stay here and look for the wounded, then join you. Georg should be at the bridge. Join him quickly. He will no doubt have orders for you. But before you go, take this blessing from Lathander, all of you. If you are wounded or need another blessing in the fight ahead, simply return and speak to me.
Thank the gods you made it. There's been no sign of your father, and I feared you'd been killed as well. I have no idea where these creatures came from or what they want, but the ones loose in the village are only the first wave. More are coming. A lot more. If we're going to stop them, we need someone to rally the militia and meet them head-on. The militia is likely disorganized and scattered about town. You may have met some on your way here. Gather a half-dozen men or so. That's the most we can hope for. Now go. When you've gathered everyone you can, meet me at the wheat field, south and west of here.
We'd better search the town, try to gather who we can, and I hope we can find enough still alive.
You three stay out of this. It's too dangerous.
Master, just hold on. We can help.
So the whelp seeks to test herself. How pathetic.
Blast it! The rest of you stay where you are.
I shall waste no more time on this pitiful village. It is not here.
Well done! Now we have a chance! All right, militia! Ready your weapons and move out! It's time we stand our ground! More of them? Regroup! Cyric's blood, they're entering the Starling House. But if we don't hold the next wave off, the whole village could be overrun.
Let's go. If we hurry, we can stop them before they find the children. I knew I could count on you. I hope my brother and sister know enough to hide.
We could use your sword, but I understand. Thank the gods that's over. We would not have held them much longer. Dagon!
Much blood has been lost tonight. Let us make the enemy pay in kind. That is the last of them. For now, gather the wounded and the dying. Let's see how many we can steal from death's clutches.
Thank the gods we were able to hold them at the farm. How many did we lose?
Ian, Vera, Pearson.
What were those things anyhow? Never seen anything quite like them.
They're called bladelings. Their kind is rarely seen in our realm. They dwell in a place beyond.
Well then, what in the nine hells are they doing here?
Lathander doesn't illuminate all mysteries for me. We must rely on our own wit and resources.
One of those dwarves mentioned they were searching for something. Does anybody know what it was?
Lass, come over here. I see you're unharmed. Many have not been so fortunate, and others have seen their final night. I understand you lost a friend of yours in the attack. A tragedy. She was a promising young mage, or so I've been told. Do not burden your resolve by dwelling on loss. Direct your thoughts to the present. I do not have much time to talk. There are many who are wounded. Now, there is something you must do tonight. Those bladelings were here to find something, and I fear I know what. There is an item, a silver shard. Long ago, I concealed it in the old stones outside of town. I fear it may have drawn these creatures down upon us. Think it through. Their kind doesn't plunder a village like West Harbour, not for a few coins and an old helm or two. They had a reason. It is from the time when your mother died. Those were dark times for the village. We can speak more of the shard after you've returned. For now, all that matters is its retrieval. There is no time for that now. Your mother is dead. Let her spirit rest. I had my reasons, which do not concern you right now. It was not a thing to leave above ground. There are too many wounded to care for, more than Brother Marin can handle on his own. I cannot go, so you must travel there in my place. There is no choice in this matter. The stones outside of town are older and deeper than you may think. In the farthest chamber of these ruins, look for a strong box. Inside is the shard. There remains only one thing. You should not go alone. Bevel, I need you to accompany my daughter to the ruins. This is an important task.
But Georg says the ruins have been overrun by lizardling tribes.
And that is why you must go. Together, two can succeed where one might fail. The cries of the wounded cannot be ignored any longer. Find the shard. Find it and bring it here.
No offense meant, but your father makes the hairs on my neck stand up. Still, if we're going to do this, we should make some haste. It sounds urgent. This path that runs along the river is our best route into the swamp. I hope these ruins aren't too hard to find. We could be out there all night.
Oh, great spirits of the stone tomb, please hear our plea. The other lizardling tribes take our territory. They wage war. And before we fight them for our ancestral hatching grounds, we ask for your blessings.
There certainly are an awful lot of them. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
A warm blood. Here. Your very presence offends the stone god. And this gives you the right to intrude on our lands and disturb our most holy of rituals. What do you propose then, warm blood? A favor for a favor, eh? We may have need of you. We will let you do this thing. Do what you have come here to do. We will leave the Warmbloods in peace, my followers.
We were risking life and limb for that? None of this makes any sense. Dagon can do his own blasted quest from now on. When you're done searching around, let's get out of here.
You have returned, and you have brought the shard.
That's all you can say? I almost died out there!
If I did not believe you could handle the task, I would have sent another.
Yeah, well, you weren't out there in the swamp getting attacked by lizard folk.
No, I was here attending the wounded, Bevel. Now find Marion and do the same.
I don't see how you put up with him.
Now, for the shard. Let me see it. Our talk is for our ears alone. Bevel has served his purpose and does not need to be troubled any further. Bevel has his uses, but it is not wise to depend on someone of Starling blood for too long. Also, his complaining tires me and will not serve you where you are bound. Many such ruins lie within the mare and beneath it. They are of ancient Ilfarn, an empire once forged from an alliance of dwarfs and elves. All that remains are ruins, and little else. And their empire lives on only in history books and stories. That shard is one of a pair. Both were found after the battle that destroyed West Harbour long ago. My half-brother Duncan and I asked a mage in Neverwinter to examine the shards for enchantments, but he found nothing except a faint magical aura, residue of the battle. And so I kept one shard, and the other I gave to Duncan. Not long after I returned to West Harbour, I sealed it away in the ruins. So to speak, it would be more appropriate to say that I have a half-brother. Duncan, like Bevel, has many faults that would make it wise not to rely on him or call him kin. It was long ago, and it was a battle that did not concern West Harbour, but the village was caught up in it like many such villages in the mare of dead men. We knew little about what had sparked the conflict. Demons were involved, led by a warlock of great power. We only knew him as the King of Shadows. The forces of Neverwinter attempted to drive the demons back. Many villagers fled, some taking the road, others wading into the swamp, anything to escape the battle. There was an explosion, pure and white. Then nothing more. Strange. Perhaps the attack awakened it. If so, then perhaps a second look at these shards would yield different results. But such divinations would be beyond anyone here in West Harbour, including Tarmus. That is the only reason I can think of for why they came. Am I certain? No. But my instincts tell me they were looking for it. It is the only thing of substance in this village that would cause them to tear it apart as they did. They were not looking for gold or valuables, nor did they seem to care about us, unless we got in their way. I could not bring myself to cast it away, yet at the same time, I did not wish to keep it close. You are too young to remember what occurred, I know, but the battle was a terrible one, and that shard, it reminds me too much of that night. I need you to go to the city of Neverwinter, find my half-brother Duncan, retrieve the second shard, and take it to a mage you both can trust. Duncan owns an inn in the docks district of the city, the Sunken Flagon. Not the most reputable place, but safe enough. No, I know you value him as a friend, but he will be of no help outside of West Harbour. He would only slow you down. Bevel is made for simpler things. Very well. Let us waste no more time in discussing your friend. If you have other questions, ask them. That is possible, but this village cannot shelter you or survive another attack. On the road, moving, you have a chance. Once you reach Neverwinter, it may prove more difficult for them to attack you. The problem is more complicated than that. If we give them the shard, I doubt it will prevent them from believing the second one lies here as well, or others. We only found 2. It is possible there were others, scattered into the swamp or taken away, or have met other ends. There are many things I have chosen not to tell you, and that is because they are not relevant. Perhaps if you were to question less and heed my words, it would prevent you from becoming confused. That is possible, but this village cannot shelter you or survive another attack. On the road, moving, you have a chance. Once you reach Neverwinter, it may prove more difficult for them to attack you. Head to the small port town of Highcliff when you are free of the swamp. There, seek passage on a ship to Neverwinter. The beast that attacked us will leave West Harbour alone once they realize their quarry has fled. If all goes well, you should be in Neverwinter before they find your trail. Say your farewells. Your boots may travel many roads before you return. I let some of the others know you are leaving, but not the why of it. Perhaps one day we will speak again and gain an understanding of each other. We are all in danger. I will try my very best to keep the hunters busy. If Timora wills it, your journey will be quick and safe. But Lady Luck is fickle indeed in the mare. Steel yourself for danger. I was raised amongst the wild elves. For all my years amongst the race of man, they make little sense to me. You are one of them, and you understand them. I have done all I can to hide your presence. If these beasts come again, West Harbour will need me. I have created a screen of activity. On a normal night, your trip with Bevel would have been easily spotted, but not tonight. It still may not be enough, but there is little else I can do. Return when you are ready to leave, and we will speak of the path you must take.
So, your father sent you off to Neverwinter. As if everything that's happened tonight isn't enough adventuring for one lifetime. I'm hoping that you'll be back soon enough after you reach the city, but most people who leave West Harbour don't come back. It'll be a shame to see you go. We lost a lot of Harbormen to the attack. Hopefully your father's right and there will be no more attacks once the shard is gone. Still, the village will need every sword arm it has. As a member of the militia, my sworn duty is to defend West Harbour. I can't just turn my back on that. I've got some bandages here, though I hope you won't need to use them. You can also have my share of the loot that we found. You'll need it more than I do. Well, if you're sure. Something to remember you by, eh? Wish I could go with you, but the defense of the village is important too. I'll do my best to keep the place standing for you when you return. I want to hear about all of your adventures. Good luck. And if you run across the one who killed Amy, stick a blade through his heart for me. She deserves at least that.
Have you said your farewells? To get to Neverwinter, take the road that borders the Starling Farm out of town. It is the only road through the Mare of Deadmen, so following it will be easy. The road itself has not been patrolled for some time, and few travel it. Move quickly, and you may be able to avoid the many beasts of the mare. I suspect you will see your share of battle before you reach Neverwinter. Stray from the road, and the danger is even greater. I've made it known that you traveled directly for the city, in the hopes that the enemy will pursue you along the high road. Instead, you will head to the small port town of Highcliff once you are clear of the swamp. From there, you will seek passage on a ship to Neverwinter. There is a ship named the Double Eagle that will await you in Highcliff. Her captain, Flynn by name, is a trusted friend of mine and will ferry you safely to the city. Your trip to Neverwinter will be quicker by water, and my attempt at misdirection may allow you to reach Highcliff before the enemy becomes aware of your true route. I have nothing more to say. It's time for you to go, my daughter. Each moment you remain here brings greater risk to the village.